Hey, what's up, Facebook Live? We're hanging out here at Media Junction headquarters. Today we're going to be talking about a few things, actually 5 to be exact, what employers are looking for, the biggest mistake people make when applying for jobs, the easiest way to increase your chances at getting a job, what it's like to work at Media Junction, and current job openings that we have here in-house at Media Junction. I have Trish, our tried and true CEO with us, and I am Spencer, the brand manager. So let's we're going to literally have a casual conversation today, and we're going to talk about these elements, and we're just going to kind of roll through it from our perspectives. And we're fielding questions with hashtag LiveMJ on Twitter. I understand that it's Facebook, but you can also comment on Facebook Live if you have any questions as we're moving through here. So let's start off with what employers are looking for when applicants are applying for jobs.
Right. So I can speak for myself. I'm really looking for a person who just shows integrity right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. You know, they're honest about what they know, what they need to learn, and just if they're, you know, I guess. I don't even know. For me, it's more of a conversation. It's a culture fit, knowing if that person, you know, just their learning style. I think for our agency, we really are looking for people who are quick learners. Yeah, or
those go-getters.
Go-getters,
right?
For sure.
We talk a lot about hand-holding, right? Yeah. And it's not something that, I mean, there's a lot of places that are the right space and place for that. And it's not to be a negative thing, right? By any measure. But here it's obviously it's hit the ground running. It's those outgoing people that are coming in, they're hungry to learn. Yeah. They're driven and they strive to learn more both in their workplace and outside of their workplace. Right. I mean, I'm trying to think of some great examples here. Of people that have contacted me, especially after hours, if you will, and just chatting about and sending links to things that they might find online that maybe they're just sitting at home, hanging out, and they find stuff that they're interested in that might pertain to design stuff on my end or development stuff on somebody else's end. I know we were fielding a couple questions, or not even questions, an article that came in the other night, and we just started having a simple conversation with people, once again, the quote-unquote after-hours talk. And it was just kind of cool camaraderie that people have when you're talking about, you know, what it's like here internally in Media Junction. Oh,
definitely. I mean, most of the people who work here, this is not only their job, it's their hobby. Right. You know, they're constantly just, they want to learn, they want just be intelligent. Yeah. When it comes to, you know, everything is changing so quick, and you can't rely on your college education anymore. I mean, I'm 47 years old. I'm learning every day. Right. You know, and so I think that's really the biggest piece is if you think you're done learning, you wouldn't be a good fit here because we're always learning. Always learning, always striving to know more. Stuff.
And we can kind of talk about a little bit along the lines of, we don't have to get too granular with it, but let's talk about ideas, right? Yeah. Let's talk about that, which is our core values. Yes. So our core values are integrity, dedication, empathy, adaptability, and strategic. And so when we are looking to hire somebody, we are looking for, you know, all of those characteristics. Right. We look at people from many different perspectives, yes, because everybody's different, but we find ways that we can relate people's characteristics to our core values to make sure that someone is the right fit.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's jump into the next one. What do we got? We're going to talk about the biggest mistake people make. I'll start by fielding that one. I think that the biggest mistake that people make is not being fully prepared for the interview. Okay. And there's a lot of things that can mean. I mean, as an example, coming into Media Junction myself, you know, you have to know exactly what that company does. So the easiest place you're going to start, obviously, is the website. Mm-hmm. And learn what the company does, know without having to ask questions back, right? So being able to field questions like, what is it that we actually do? Do you know what we do here? Mm-hmm. You know, yes, we're an inbound marketing agency. We build websites, but can you speak a little bit deeper to that? And I know there are other things that people say when it comes to, you know, applying for jobs, and the preparedness is the biggest thing for me. Some people enjoy I know it's a digital age, and if you sent your resume in, you sent your cover letter in, there's a good chance that we probably saw it and read it and looked at it. and not even a good chance. We have to. But then at the same time, there's people that still live in the world where we want a physical resume, you know? Bring it in, print it off, you know?
Sean Royer's in the house.
Yeah. Sean Royer's here?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome, Sean. How's it going over there at home?
Pena.
Oh, what's up, Ryan?
What's up, Ryan?
So biggest mistakes people make, mine is not being prepared enough for their interview.
Just got a question that came in from Becky Fitzsimmons. What's the best way to network with someone for resume feedback on helping the creative stand out in resume? Like experience with digital versus UX or social?
So let me try to repeat the question. Yep. So it's what is the best way to network when it comes to resume building? I think that's kind of the overarching. Oh man, I mean, when it comes to building a resume and finding the right people that can, I mean, LinkedIn obviously is a great place.
And getting resume feedback.
And get resume feedback from specific individuals. I would look to, use your network that you have right now, and some people might say, well, my network is too small. You know, I'm just out of college, or maybe I'm still in school. Yeah. I would look at it along the lines of find strengths in the people that you're currently connected with when it comes to maybe people that are creative writers or content writers. Look to past and previous employers even too. People that you have as your references. Go to them and see. Find like individuals that you can relate to, but then also that can speak to what is on your resume in sync with, you know, what you might be looking to apply for, or the position you're looking to get. I don't know, what else do you think?
I don't know. I would look for, you know, somebody who's not afraid to give you honest feedback, whether that be, you know, a family member or, you know, a former coworker. I think just, you know, asking people and reaching out and just, you know, asking for that feedback. I know I get a lot of people that just hit me up on LinkedIn and say, you know, what would it take for me to get a job here at Media Junction? You know, and you know, obviously I'm looking for the experience that they currently have, you know. Right. But I would just all that feedback, you know, and don't try to get too personal or like don't be offended, you know, by anything that they say. Take that criticism. Constructive criticism.
Josh says you guys are looking good, and Royer says come prepared to the meeting with a resume and questions.
So for sure at Media Junction, if you get a meeting with Sean Royer, you want to bring a printed resume for every single person in the room.
I'm a firm believer in it too. But hey, even though we live in that digital world,
that goes back to the prepared.
Be prepared.
For sure.
So biggest mistake people make, you kind of hit on that a little bit.
I would say not following up, you know, after the interview.
In what kind of ways? What kind of styles? Obviously, a lot of people do it a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
What have you seen over your 20 plus years in business here at Media Junction?
I like the handwritten notes.
Yeah.
Personally.
Personalized touch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think just a little bit more of your personality, maybe sum up you know, a little bit about your interview, what you liked, you know, thanking people.
I know that. So as an example, here at Media Junction, every time an interviewee leaves, we always say, you know, you have my email, you have our email, her email. And when they leave, we ask them, and we actually don't ask them, we tell them, hey, if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to us.
Yes.
You know, any of us specifically. If you have any questions, email us, get a hold of us however you'd like if you have specific questions. Every time that we've left that, have you gotten people to ask questions? Or is it just kind of a thing that people just like say?
I think for the most part, I think every candidate just follows up with a thank you email. Okay. You know, I really haven't gotten any questions.
Any real big questions back? No. I don't know, it's just something I always think of after we're done with interviews and then the interviewing that I've done throughout my career. And it's kind of just one of those things that's just kind of a bookend where people don't ask questions, you know, beyond that. Going back to the prepared thing, like making sure when you do your research about said company that you're looking to apply to, and if you do get that interview, the preparedness is the questions that you come with. After you're grilled and drilled with all the questions yourself, and giving answers, make sure you are asking questions. What is this? There's going to be things that are answered in that interview.
For sure.
But like, talk more about what the job entails, what my day-to-day might look like, all those kinds of things. So come to the interview with questions prepared for sure. Let's move to the next order of business. Number 4, easy way to increase your chances.
Oh, for sure. A personalized cover letter. I know it sounds old-fashioned, but tell me why you want to work at Media Junction. Tell me why you'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
Tie it to, our culture code, tie it to just...
Sure. Use the language of the company you're applying for. That's part of that research piece, right?
Yes. Be persistent, for sure.
Yeah.
Since you guys are a HubSpot agency, would HubSpot certifications put people to the top of the list?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So would you repeat?
Yes.
So the question is, would HubSpot certifications put you to the top of the list as a potential candidate for, say, our agency or even any HubSpot agency for that matter?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
I'm looking for that. And I'm also looking for Google certifications,
I think when you keep sending me resumes to take a look at, one of the biggest things that I come back to you with has been when I see HubSpot stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to know more.
Yep.
I see that's healthy in their resume. I mean, and I'm not saying it's necessarily a requirement for here, but because we are a diamond tier value-added reseller of HubSpot, I mean, whether you know it beforehand, you're going to need to know it. You're going to need to dive right into HubSpot and the inbound marketing methodology immediately, because we eat, sleep, live, and breathe HubSpot here every single day.
For sure.
Yep.
So
Josh just said the same thing. He said HubSpot provides a ton of free education on inbound. Take the initiative and start getting certified in advance.
yes.
Absolutely.
And it's
Great
something,
advice.
it's something that we definitely ask individuals too before they come in.
It is a requirement.
It is a requirement, yes, before you actually, and some of the newest people we've even brought on here can attest to that. But it's something you can definitely do to get a leg up on your competition, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what's it like? What's it like to work at Media Junction?
We can use some words that people have used: chaotic, stressful, exciting, different.
Yeah, we could keep coming up with describing words all day. I mean, chaotic, I like to add organized to that.
Yes.
Organized chaos is healthy.
Yes.
What it's like to work at Media Junction. It's definitely ever-changing, very fluid, always evolving. When people say every day is different, it is very true. Every day is definitely different. There is structure, but at the same time, we have to be able to pivot and change directions when it comes to it. We put forth strategy, we put forth plans of action, but that doesn't mean that everything we think is right for that needs to be how we continue certain things.
Right.
So,
yeah, for us, I mean, in a lot of agencies, just being adaptable to change, and that's why it's part of our core values is being adaptable. Sometimes it's moving where you're sitting, jumping into a client that you haven't worked with before, and
being able to plug in and provide input.
Yeah.
So Sean Royer has a question for you guys.
Thanks.
He's wondering what is the best question a candidate has asked you during an interview.
What's the best question? The question was, what is the best question a candidate has asked us during an interview?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I always
So
ask,
many
why
questions.
shouldn't I work here?
Oh yeah.
That's a hard one.
Why shouldn't I work here? Right.
I think the best question that I've gotten is, tell me what success looks like in my role, in the first 30 days. I think that's a great question. Just, what are you expecting from us?
Right. Yeah. I enjoy that. Like the expectations of the individual per se.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm having trouble drumming one up myself. I think it's the questions that make the person who, like us on the other side of the table, make us really think. Like when you interview someone and they say, wow, that was a good question. I mean, don't say that too many times because they're all going to be great questions. But when it makes us on the opposite side of the table literally have to stop and pause ourselves and go, wow, that really made us think. So I can't pinpoint those, but I know like this one right now. Sean's good at bringing that kind of question to the table where it's stumping me to even think about what that is. So I don't know. Great question. Yeah. What it's like to work at Media Junction? Do we want to keep talking about what it's like to work at Media Junction?
No.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but let's move. Okay. Since we have touched on some of that, let's move into.
So, the positive things. Is, we push ourselves. We're constantly pushing ourselves. Our clients are incredibly smart and growth driven themselves, and so they are pushing us. They're pushing us to come up with great ideas and strategies that are going to be used to help them grow their business.
Yeah. So I want to move into our next order of business, which is talking about the current job openings or careers that we have open here at Media Junction.
Yeah. So.
Go for it.
Okay. So we're looking for a project coordinator.
Yeah. So let's just we'll just list them off and then we'll go into a little bit more detail about each just so we can field any questions that might come in about them.
Sure. Website designer, a junior strategist, an inbound marketing specialist, a junior website designer, and a front-end web developer. Yep.
So, I mean, when it comes to agency life, it's something that we're always striving for new talent, right? It's just something you have to do as you're growing a business. I mean, case in point, as the example, in the last 5 weeks, we have literally had someone new start every single Monday. So talk about growth driven. We are growth driven. We are striving to grow ourselves, not only for Media Junction as a brand, but also our clients. So in order for our clients to grow, we have to grow. And with those positions, I mean, you can kind of touch on a little bit of each one. I mean, we don't want to dig too far into it. You can go to our website, MediaJunction.com. You go to /
join-our-team.
Join our team.
And we'll throw the link in there.
And there's a link in the Facebook Live.
Perfect.
Yeah. So kind of digging into some of these roles, what we've done is we've really defined these roles to be able to take people to the next level in their career path. And everything is a stepping stone. It's always learning. It's always building. Because as we all learn and we grow, we ultimately want to be somewhere greater than we are now, right? I believe most people do, especially when you're coming into a creative agency in a creative setting. I think that's true. So as like a project coordinator, give me some examples of things that people would come in and do as a project coordinator here at Media Junction.
Well,
I mean, think of examples of people. We can use people as the examples, right?
Yeah, so the project coordinator role is on our client success team, kind of falls underneath there. So when you think of that, it's ensuring client success. It's keeping the project, on track and moving forward. And, a project coordinator would enjoy talking with people, planning. Obviously, Ben is one of our project coordinators. We also have Dakota.
Yeah.
And it's just, wanting to help out and making sure that our clients stay on track and
yeah. So like I said, I don't want to get too far into these, but looking at some of these other job openings and career opportunities. So like a website designer, pretty self-explanatory, I would think, but we're looking for somebody to come in and really do front-end web design and help with a lot of graphical work. A junior strategist is kind of that next step up from project coordination. It's where you're working with a lot of the senior strategists. You're working with strategists and senior strategists to help dissect their high-level strategies. Inbound marketing specialist is someone that works inside HubSpot all the time. It front to back, hand over fist, from workflows and emails and the blogging tool, content creation, CTAs. I can keep listing all the tools and tactics of that. But then you have a junior website designer. So that's obviously somebody coming in underneath our senior web designer team. Working with them. Yep, totally could. And working with them to be mentored into the next level of designer. And then the other one, what's the other one we have?
Front-end developer.
Front-end website developer.
Yeah.
You can speak to that, being the web guru that you are.
So obviously very fluent in HTML, CSS,
Yep.
JavaScript. We probably 90% of the work that we do is on HubSpot CMS. So we're looking for somebody who, could pick up another language, like it's called Hubble.
Yeah.
Or Hubble.
So there you go.
There you go.
Well,
questions?
Yeah. Do we have any other questions that came in?
What I'm seeing.
Okay.
Josh is just saying, embrace change.
Embrace change.
Anyone that's watching.
Yes. Change is good.
Yeah.
So, well, that's kind of our wrap up today, but we just want to thank you guys all for tuning in, watching, people that get the video and access it afterwards. Enjoy, comment. If you have more questions, we'll definitely be able to field them from our Media Junction side of things. Connect with us on LinkedIn, Trish Lessard and Spencer Plussel if you haven't yet. And then we're going to be hopefully doing some more Facebook Lives each month, so stay tuned, and we'll be telling you about more. And also, don't forget, MediaJunction.com/join our team.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.